A young man named Janos Bolyai. His father, Farkas, was a mathematician who had spent his whole life on a single, hard problem and failed. He warned his son, "I entreat you, leave the science of parallels alone. It is a fathomless abyss, it will steal all your time and deprive you of your health, your peace of mind, and your happiness in life." But Janos didn't listen. He worked alone for years, and one day he solved it. He wrote to his father, filled with joy, saying, "I have created a new, different world out of nothing." His father was proud and sent his son's work to the most famous mathematician alive, Carl Friedrich Gauss. But Gauss's reply was crushing. He told them that he had already discovered the same ideas himself, but had kept them secret. He wrote, "To praise it would be to praise myself." Janos was heartbroken to learn he wasn't the first. He was so disappointed, he never published math again. This story of a secret discovery and a sad outcome is a good introduction to our main story, which is a much bigger fight. It is the story of two men, Isaac Newton and Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. Isaac Newton was a very private and secretive man from England. He was a brilliant thinker who came up with a new kind of math to explain how things move and change. But he was afraid of people criticizing him or stealing his ideas, so he kept his work a secret for many years. He hid his genius from the world. Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz was a German man who was the complete opposite. He was friendly, loved to talk, and shared his ideas with everyone. He also discovered a new kind of math to explain change. But unlike Newton, Leibniz published his work for everyone to see. He wanted the whole world to have this new tool. At first, the two men wrote polite letters to each other. But soon, their friends started an argument. A friend of Newton's, a man named Fatio de Doulier, stood up in front of England's top scientists and accused Leibniz of being a thief. Then another man, John Keel, made the accusation even louder. He wrote that Leibniz had only changed the name and the form of notation of Newton's secret work. Leibniz was furious. He was an honorable man and he wrote to the group of scientists, called the Royal Society, to defend his name. But the president of the Royal Society was now Isaac Newton himself. Newton set up a committee to decide who was right. But the committee was filled with Newton's friends. They didn't even ask Leibniz to tell his side of the story. The committee wrote a report that said Newton was the first inventor and that Leibniz was a liar. Newton had won. Leibniz's reputation was destroyed. He tried to fight back, but it was too late. He died a sad and lonely man. His funeral was so small that a person who was there said he was buried more like a robber than what he was, the ornament of his country. Because of this terrible fight, mathematicians in England stubbornly used only Newton's methods and refused to look at Leibniz's ideas. This meant that for 100 years, math in England stood still, while the rest of Europe raced ahead using Leibniz's easier methods. So who was right? Today, we know the truth. They both discovered it. They were two brilliant men who happened to reach the same amazing idea, but in different ways. The fight was for nothing. What is left is their amazing gift to us, a new kind of math that changed the world forever.